Now on the second half of the version 4.4, we have Xiao and Yaemiko. Xiao is pretty much one of the oldest characters we have in game. In this video, I will talk about if it's still worth to pull for Xiao, how should you build him, how should you play him, and who knows, maybe do an Abyss run. If you are not subscribed yet, don't forget to leave your sub and like this video if it ends up helping you. Only 3% of you are subscribed to my channel, and if you want to help me even more, you can always become a member. Without any furthers, let's now talk about if you should pull for Xiao, how to build him, and all of those juicy things. Xiao is an Inemu DPS that is focused on being a plunge DPS, and he was actually the only one until the release of Shunyun. With his basic attack, Xiao will perform up to 6 consecutive spears, and with a charge attack it will consume a certain amount of stamina to perform an upward thrust. With his skill, Xiao lunges forward, dealing Inemu damage to opponents on his path, and this can be used in mid-air and starts with 2 charges. This skill will do a good amount of damage and will generate some particles for your Xiao. On his burst, Xiao will put on his mask, and this mask will greatly increase Xiao jumping ability and increase his AoE and attack damage, and converts all damage into Anemo damage, which cannot be overridden by any elemental infusion. In this state, Xiao will continuously lose HP, and the effects of this skill will end when Xiao leaves the field. On his exploration passive, he will decrease the climbing stamina for your own party by 20%. On his first ascension passive, while under the effects of his burst, all damage dealt by Xiao increases by 5%. The damage increases by a further 5% for every 3 seconds the ability persists. The maximum damage is 25%, so the more time you spend on your burst, the more damage you will end up doing. And on his last ascension passive, using his skill will increase the damage of the next skills you do by 15%. This effect lasts for 7 seconds and has a maximum of 3 stacks, gaining a new stack refreshes the effect's duration. So, with this passive, every time you use the skill, the next skill you use will have its damage increased. For his own priorities, first, you should level up the normal attack, because it will be your main source of damage thanks to the plunge damage. Second, his burst, because it will be what will convert your damage into Anemo damage. And for last, his skill. If you are wondering what artifacts you can use as Xiao, don't worry, I will get you covered on that. His best in slot set will be 4-piece Vermilion. On the 2-piece, you will get 18% attack, and on the 4-piece, when you use your burst, you will get an attack bonus, and when your HP decreases, you will get even more attack. This on Xiao will work perfectly well, since you will be getting tons load of attack when you burst. For the second option, most people don't see it, but it's the Desert Pavilion. On the 2-piece it gives you Anemo damage, and on the 4-piece, when you do the charge attack, your normal attack speed will increase by 10%, while normal charge and plunging attack damage will increase by 40% for 15 seconds. Most people never realize this set is good on Xiao, but if you think of it, it's actually a good set. You just need to do a charge attack every now and then to make sure you have the 40% more damage on plunge attacks. If you do plan on playing Xiao with Furina, 4-piece Mareshusi Hunter will be your best pick. On the 2-piece, it will increase your normal and charge attack damage by 15%, and on the 4-piece, we all know, when your HP increases or decreases, you will get 12% crit rate for 5 seconds and can go a max of 3 times, which means that if your HP keeps decreasing and increasing, you will have a total of 36% crit rate just for free. That's even more than a circlet. Jesus. And while you are farming for any of these options, you can always use 2 pieces between the sets that give Anemo damage, attack percent, and Yar. For the main stats, you should be looking for attack percent on the Sands, Anemo damage bonus on the Goblet, and crits on the Circlet. On the subsets, you will need crits, attack percent, and energy recharge, because he will really love it a lot, since you want to use his burst a lot of times. And if you end up getting some EM, that can actually help doing swirls sometimes. For Xiao weapons, he has some options. His best in slot will be the Primordial Jade Wing Spear, provides 22% crit rate on the substat, and on the passive, every hit that you do will increase your attack by 3.2% for 6 seconds with a max of 7 stacks. While in the possession of the maximum possible stacks, your damage dealt will be increased by 12%. Another good option that sometimes it's the same level as his signature is Staff of Homa. Provides crit damage on the substat, and on a passive it will increase your HP by 20%, something that Xiao doesn't care that much, but additionally provides an attack bonus based on 0.8% of your max HP. And when your HP is less than 15%, this attack bonus will be increased by an additional 1% of his max HP. Even though he doesn't want the increase of 20%, you will actually start liking it since the weapon will transfer the HP into attack bonus. Staff of Scarlet Sands is also a good weapon for Xiao. It provides a lot of crit rate, and on the passive, the equipping character gains 52% of their elemental mastery as bonus attack, and when an elemental skill hits an opponent, the Dream of the Scarlet Sands effect will be gained for 10 seconds. The equipping character will gain 28% of their elemental mastery as bonus attack with a max of 3 stacks. It's basically the same thing as Staff of Homa, but you convert EM into attack. Something that is actually more valuable because Xiao also wants to have some EM. Any 5-star weapon that provides attack percent on the substat is not actually bad on him, and you can actually use it if you don't have anyone to use them. His best 4-star option will be, in my opinion, Deathmatch. It will provide more crit rate than the other 4-star weapons would do. And on a passive, if there is at least 2 opponents nearby, attack is increased by 16% and defense is increased by 16%. If there are fewer than 2 opponents nearby, attack is increased by 24%. It doesn't matter if you will be against a single target scenario or a multi-target scenario, you will always get that extra attack. Another good weapon for him is the Black Cliff Pole, the one that you can get on Paimon Shop. It will have a good base attack for a 4-star and will provide crit damage on the substat. And on the passive, after defeating an enemy, your attack will be increased by 12% for 30 seconds and has a max of 3 stacks. The bad thing about this weapon is that if you don't kill anyone or if you are going against a boss, you will never have the passive. The best F2P weapon in my opinion for Xiao is the Missive Wind Spear, a weapon from event. With this weapon, you will have a good base attack and will provide attack percent on the substat. And on the passive, within 10 seconds after an elemental reaction is triggered, your attack will be increased by 12% and elemental mastery increased by 48%. This weapon, since it was given by free for an event, you will probably have it to R5, which will increase your attack by 24% and your elemental mastery by 96%. If you are super unfortunate and you don't have any of these options that I listed, the White Tassel will be actually good on him. It has a super low base attack due to being a 3-star, but it provides crit rate on the substat, and on the passive, it will increase your normal attack damage by 24%. For Xiao teams, you can actually do some different types of teams. For his new best team, pair him with Furina, Faruzan, C6, and Shunyun, and you will be good to go. Previously, people used to do Furina, Faruzan, and Bennett. Another variable you can do for an hyper carry team is Xiao, Faruzan, Bennett, and Zhongli. For a mono anemo team, we can pair him with Venti or Kazuha, Faruzan, and Jin or Shunyun. There is a lot of different team comps you can do. Xiao actually can be universal since he's an anemo DPS, but as you guys could see, he will really enjoy if you have a Faruzan, especially C6, or if you have a Shunyun.
Let the world collide! We'll see about
Scatter! Skyward! Seize the sky!
Disappear! Here! Here! Forward! Here!
dare to mess with me? Let my name echo in song!
Skyward! Scatter! Make way for the...
Evil conquering! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here!
Finally, some target practice.
Dare to mess with me? Let my name echo in song!
Seize the sky! Where do you think
Here's
you're
the
going?
storm!
Forward! Evil conquering! Here! Here! Worthless! Here!
You're coming with control. Dance with me! Be a good audience,
Strike
will
up!
you? Make way for the foe! Scatter!
Truth repeats itself!
Disappear! Here! Worthless! Here!
The eternal awaits.
Worthless!
Done yet!
Worthless!
Strike a pop!
Skyward! Scatter!
Let this gift.
Evil conquering. Here.
Do you think Xiao is worth pulling after the release of Fontaine? In my opinion, I think yes. Especially now that we have Shunyun on the game, he's probably one of the best DPSs on the game now. But what do you think? Leave your opinion down in the comments. And don't forget to sub, please. There are a lot of people who see my videos who are not subscribed. And if you didn't, Xiao will be mad with you and he will plunge your house down. And for those who are going to pull on Yaimiko, don't worry. I have a video planned. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. A special thanks to my members though. You guys are really amazing to try to support me with some monetarily help. See you all on the next video. See ya.